Mr. Crawford smiled, a real smile, the first one I've seen from him all day. Miss Bennet! We've been expecting you. What the hell is going on? My father exploded, jumping to his feet. Sophia, what are you doing here? You were supposed to be in Europe, conveniently out of reach, unable to make it back in time. I looked at the actress, who was shrinking in her chair.
Who is she, Dad? How much did you pay her to be me? This is ridiculous, my mother said, but her voice was shaking. We only wanted... You wanted Grandma Rose's money, I said flatly, and you knew she'd never leave it to you if she knew how you'd treated me, so you hired a replacement, a grieving granddaughter who would play the part, and then what, sign over her inheritance to you? Mr. Crawford cleared his throat. Perhaps we should continue with the video. The screen unfroze and Grandma Rose smiled, a sharp, knowing smile. Ah, there's my real granddaughter. Hello, my little butterfly. I'm so sorry for what you've had to endure, but don't worry, we're about to make it right. She leaned forward slightly. You see, family, I've known about your schemes for quite some time. The birthday parties Sophia wasn't invited to by mistake, the family vacations she somehow never heard about, the way you've tried to paint her as unstable, irresponsible, a disappointment, all because she refused to fall in line with your expectations. Mother, this is... Aunt Linda started. Shut up, Linda. I'm dead. The least you can do is let me finish. She composed herself. Where was I? Ah, yes, your conspiracy against my granddaughter. Well, I have news for you. Every text, every email, every nasty little plan, I have copies of everything, including the messages from last week about hiring an actress for my funeral. The room erupted. Everyone was talking at once, accusing each other, denying involvement. The actress tried to slip out, but Mr. Crawford blocked the door. Enough! Grandma Rose's voice boomed from the speakers. Everyone fell silent. Here's what's going to happen. Sophia, my darling, you inherit everything. The house, the investments, the company shares, all of it. Roughly $14 million last time I checked. I sank into an empty chair, my legs suddenly unable to hold me. As for the rest of you, Grandma Rose's voice turned cold, you get exactly what you deserve. Nothing. Well, that's not entirely true. I've left each of you something special. Mr. Crawford pulled out a series of envelopes, each labeled with a name. Thomas, my son, you get the photo album documenting every lie you've told about Sophia, including the screenshots where you bragged about managing her out of the family. Share them with your colleagues at the firm. I'm sure they'll find them illuminating. Linda, darling daughter, you get the recording of you trying to convince Dr. Patterson to declare Sophia mentally unfit. He refused, by the way, and was quite disturbed by your request. Peter, you get the email chain where you tried to have Sophia arrested for stealing from the family business, the same business she's never had access to. And so on and so forth. Each of you gets a carefully documented record of your cruelty. Consider it my final gift, the truth preserved forever. The family members were ripping open their envelopes, faces growing more horrified with each revealed document. Now, Grandma Rose continued, you have two choices. You can accept this quietly and maintain whatever dignity you have left, or you can contest the will, in which case all of these documents become public record, and I've arranged for them to be sent to your employers, your social circles, and yes, the media. I think the headline, Prominent Family Hires Actress to Replace Granddaughter at Funeral, would trend quite nicely, don't you think? My father crumpled the photos in his hands. She can't do this. We're her children. You stopped being my children the day you conspired against my granddaughter. Family isn't about blood. It's about love, loyalty, and respect. You showed none of those things. The video paused, and Mr. Crawford looked at me. Miss Bennet, there's one more thing. Your grandmother left you a personal message to be viewed privately whenever you're ready. I nodded, not trusting my voice.
As for the rest of you, Mr. Crawford said, gathering his papers, you have 24 hours to decide. Contest the will or accept it quietly. I'd advise the latter. Rose was very thorough in her preparations. The actress finally spoke up. What about me? I didn't know. They told me it was a prank, that Sophia was in on it. You can discuss that with them, Mr. Crawford said dismissively. I'd suggest getting your payment up front. One by one, my family filed out, some in tears, others in rage, all in defeat. My mother paused at the door, looking back at me. Sophia, we only wanted... Don't, I said quietly. Just don't. When they were all gone, Mr. Crawford handed me a small USB drive. Your grandmother's personal message. She also wanted me to give you this. He pulled out a small jewelry box. Inside was Grandma Rose's butterfly brooch, the one she'd worn every day since Grandpa died. It was Art Deco, with sapphire wings and tiny diamonds. I'd always admired it. She wanted you to know, Mr. Crawford said gently, that she never doubted you, not for a moment, and she was so proud of the woman you've become, despite everything they tried to do to you. I pinned the brooch to my rain-dampened dress, right over my heart. Thank you, Mr. Crawford. Maxwell, please. We'll need to meet next week to go over all the details of your inheritance. It's quite substantial, and Rose had very specific wishes for how she wanted you to use some of it. But for now, go home, rest, grieve properly. As I left the funeral home, I passed the actress smoking a cigarette by the dumpsters. Her fake birthmark was smudged, and her rented dress was askew. I really am sorry, she said. They told me you were estranged, that you had abandoned the family. They made it sound like I was helping. I studied her for a moment. What's your name? Your real name? Jessica. I'm an actress, obviously. Not a very good one, apparently. No, I agreed. But good enough to fool them. That's something. I pulled out my wallet and handed her a card. I'm going to need a personal assistant. Someone detail-oriented who can play different roles when needed. Interested? Are you serious? My grandmother always said, the best revenge is success. I've got $14 million and a list of charities my family hates. I could use some help spending it creatively. Jessica grinned. When do I start? Monday. And Jessica, come as yourself this time. As I drove away from the funeral home, the rain finally stopped. A small blue butterfly landed on my windshield wiper, resting for a moment before flying away. I could almost hear my grandmother's voice. Truth always finds its wings, little butterfly. Thanks, Grandma. I'm ready to fly. The USB drive sat in my pocket, waiting, but I'd watch her message later, in private, with a cup of her favorite tea and the photo album I'd hidden away. The real one, full of genuine memories of a grandmother who saw me for who I really was. For now, I had a new life to plan, one where family meant something different, something better, something true.